Welcome, Conquerors. This is the second episode of Conquestopical, the general podcast in which we sort of get together and we talk about anything we want to, really. Pies, chips, potatoes, Tom Hardy. Just microphones, bottles of water, phones, me, you. Tom Holland. Double tap root beer, grass, sky, anything. It's a general podcast, so we'll talk about what we want. I'm one of your hosts, Rhys Baldwin, the other host, not here today, but I'm joined by three guests. We have Eric Hart, Joshua Powell, and Nathan Watkins.
Pimp.
GTA Pimp, of course, that's his his caption. Moving on to topic one, very quickly. Netflix. So basically, in general, Netflix is a thing. It's, you know, people use Netflix a lot more than Sky now because, you know, it's only, was it £7 a month, and you can pay a little extra if you want your 4K content. But you know, it's cheap. It got a ton of content, and lately it's really amping it up with its Netflix shows, films starting to come out from them.
I think it's
Netflix
like that with streaming services in general, really.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, although it's American-centric, Hulu, I guess Now TV is an interesting new thing at the moment. Well, not a new thing, but it's thing. I think it's just streaming. I think it's a big thing. Streaming services.
They're huge right now, and they've really come into fruition
the
past few years.
They're just going to keep growing while TV thing keeps dwindling.
Yeah.
And it's all down to, I think at the end of the day, people getting content when they want, and no advertising. Mm-hmm. That's a big forerunner of everything.
Definitely.
I think one of the and obviously that kind of grown from that. Now Netflix have got, like you said, make their own shows. They fund a lot of content, and the thing with that is they give people creative freedom with everything, so they can do whatever they want because there's nothing to stop. There's no middleman. Netflix fund everything, so they can just be like, well, just create thing. This is why you get all the Adam Sandler movies, which
pretty much.
You know, there's a fan base there, but, you know, at the end of the day, he's able to make what he wants. And I know Guillermo del Toro spoke very highly of him when he made Trollhunters, the animated series. I don't know if anyone's seen any of that.
No, not yet. It keeps showing up, and I keep wanting to watch it.
Some of it's quite, I've only seen a few episodes, but it's quite fun, and a lot of people do enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, it's you know, it's something that I think people like. You know, it is all down to people wanting things on demand. People wanting the era of binge watching. People can just binge watch, and now they've made shows specifically for, you know, binge watching. Essentially, they want you to get through it in a day or a week.
Well, they want you to use their content, like
and even with stuff like Now TV now that are coming, and even Sky have kind of come on board with it, and you can now pay for. Well, it's the same as it's pay for what you want rather than paying for like a full package. Of things, and you know,
you're dodging adverts. You're dodging like networks sort of having their different policies, like Fox with. I don't know, it was a show they had, one episode didn't get it because it was a bit too edgy. Well, you don't have that with Netflix. Netflix will be like, no, you post whatever really you want.
If people want to watch it, people will watch it.
You slap the age rating on there, it's fine.
So I understand like a lot of people rely on advertising, and that's how a lot of people make their living. But as an avid Netflix watcher, it's just like YouTube does my head in now, because every time you flick through something, it's an advert.
Yeah.
Alright, granted, you know, I've only got to wait 5 seconds. They get paid, I get to click a button, and it's over with.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not like that though. I've come across a video where I've had to wait like 3 minutes before the advert has ended.
Yeah, there's sometimes you get those adverts where you can't.
But what annoys me is that I'll be out and about, and I randomly want to quickly see something. Somebody sends me a video, and I go onto my phone and I click on YouTube.
Yeah, phone is the worst one.
And all of a sudden, I can watch an advert crystal clear.
Yeah.
Perfect sound, perfect quality, proper in time, no buffering required. And then the actual video that I want to watch, it takes me 5 minutes for it to load.
Yeah, buffers, and even when it does, the quality is low. That happens quite a lot. Like the ad sort of argument can go on for days. You know, it is a way for people to make their money. That's why they're in place. People use ad blocker to bypass it, or they just, you know, they skip it anyway. But that's a completely different kettle of fish. Ad revenue is its own little entity.
It's part of this dynamic of people. Just, you know, it's the same approach as crowdfunding. It's still just people paying for what they want.
Yeah.
And just directly paying through without having the need for advertising middleman for that kind of funding. It's the same as it's like the BBC, you know, public.
Yeah.
You know, you're paying your TV license to fund the BBC. Of course, we don't get a say on. Really
whether we can pay it
on what's on this, on what's on the thing. Well, you can if you don't watch them, but it's
if you don't have a TV.
Well,
if you have a TV, you have to have a
license.
license.
If you have a TV and you watch broadcast TV, you need one. If you've got a TV and you don't watch broadcast TV, or the BBC streaming services now, that's a new law they've come in.
Yeah.
Then you don't need a TV license.
That's fair enough.
You just got to show it out.
How do you prove that you don't use it?
Exactly, it's all different.
It's a bit, what don't have an aerial essentially. It's a, it's all.
With Netflix in general, of course, there's no ads. You can binge watch wherever you want. Sometimes you'll get titles a little later than as you would normally. Like at the moment, there's only Attack on Titan season 1. Waiting on season 2. I haven't watched season 2 yet because I'm waiting for it to come to either Crunchyroll or Netflix. It might be on Crunchyroll. I haven't had a look, but you just sort of waiting on things. Like I watched some of the stuff on Sky Go. Like Game of Thrones now has all its box sets on there, so I plan on jumping into that. Walking Dead, I believe, is the same. I want to jump into that because I like binge watching stuff.
The big thing with it is to do with licensing and things. Like one of the downsides of Netflix is their foreign film market's very limited.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of other ones, like you look at the American Netflix, all different regional rexes, they have a wider range of things.
On there.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big issue really, is there's only so it works best with its own content than when it comes to license and stuff, because things only last a certain amount of time and then they're gone anyway as well. That's another thing.
Because I noticed that before, where like I was going through like my list of things that I've like got there, and all of a sudden I'm just looking for stuff and you realise, must have been taken off, and then a few months later, before you know, it's back, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to watch that, but I never got around to it, so now I'll watch it now, and it's just like either have it on there or don't.
Yeah,
that's I'm a big fan of all the BBC stuff they'd upload on there, because they recently put all the League of Gentlemen on there, and Psychoville and all of that kind of duos writing stuff, which I love that stuff, and I've been wanting to rewatch it, so now it's up on there. That's great.
I do think the biggest selling point with Netflix is their Netflix originals.
It's becoming that point where it is, because obviously I think the biggest turnaround for that was obviously, one was Orange is the New Black and House of Cards. That kind of was their first dalliances.
Yeah,
but it was the Marvel shows. I feel like that caused
Marvel did it, but again, that's obviously Marvel's tie-in as well. I think they're the things that kind of like, okay, this is something to go on. And then when they released Stranger Things, that was another show that I thought that really got the eyes on.
That went huge.
It's showing. They're starting to show that creative potential, essentially, by allowing people to have, like I said, to have this freedom. There's a show I watched called Sense8, which is the Wachowskis. I think it's a really interesting show. Really, just started season 2, and there's a lot that goes on now. There's like a massive. It's creative and it's interesting and it's like.
And it's just there's a variety.
And even now they've started some of the American TV shows that may not necessarily get broadcast over here straight away, they've started broadcasting it simultaneously.
Yeah.
So like Better Call Saul, even though that's a Netflix thing anyway, that they do weekly stuff with that. But also the show called iZombie, which is broadcast on American television, but over here we get the same week as they do in America on Netflix every week, which is I think if they keep on opening and expanding that, then that's an even broader market and better to get to.
Think about it this way: some of the most current, sort of most popular shows are coming from these subscription places. Netflix, Amazon Prime, with the exclusive content. This is one of the best shows going on at the moment, apart from like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, like all the Marvel shows. Huge following, and they on Netflix. Like you can't find them anywhere else. It's
and like Prime has I think they
it's
just
astonishing.
They have the Grand Tour.
Oh yeah, Prime had the
Grand Tour, yeah.
And they got that American Gods series that has just started, and apparently is really good. I don't know if it's Prime exclusive, but I know Prime are showing it in over here in the UK and things like
Prime
that.
had Lucifer that looked good, but I haven't got Prime.
Yeah, same.
Is it a bit?
I watched like some of the first episode and I wasn't big. I know it's a DC product. And,
It is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's based on like a DC thing, but it's like I couldn't get into it from the first episode, and I've heard mixed things about it, so I'd be careful with that. But they do have like Arrow and stuff on there on Prime and stuff, so they got that.
What's the one that changed history about the outcome of the Second World War?
Oh, the Fall. No, it's
the Man in the High Tower.
Man in the Dark Castle. High Castle.
High
Man
Castle.
I think it's called.
Man in the High Castle.
Or Dark Castle.
High Castle.
It's Man in the High Castle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I never got to watch that, but that looked interesting.
I watched the first episode and it was fantastic.
I did watch. They did have some nice. What I like about Amazon is they do a pilot thing, where every year they'll release a bunch of pilots. And the most popular ones that are commissioned to shows, and some of them you're just watching. This is really good. This could make a great show. I can't remember one. There was one specifically that was really successful, and I can't think of what it was. But yeah, you know, I know they got a tip coming and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, original content
is everywhere now. It's massive. Netflix is huge.
And even the films, I don't think the films has been as successful, but they definitely branch in and try. And I know they got a Death Note film coming in August.
That I'm looking forward to.
They've got a Korean one that's coming in next month because they're getting exclusive rights to films now as well.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Can't think of something. Oh, they did the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon sequel as well, which I haven't heard many people talk about. But you know, that's the thing. They're doing, you know, working with franchises, you know, and licensing things and creating, you know, creating stuff people want to see, and it's. I don't know. It's the way forward. They're just going to keep rising, and it's just broadcast TV. Decline. It is declining.
It is going down. Anything else to add to Netflix?
The Defenders trailer. That looks amazing.
Yeah, all the Marvel stuff is killing it on Netflix. It really is.
Iron Fist.
But also as well,
I've still not finished season 1 of Daredevil.
Daredevil and Jessica Jones have been the best on all of it. Luke Cage I wasn't fussed on.
Jessica Jones got ripped on.
No, honestly, it took me ages to get. I really couldn't get into it until like the last but one episode, and then the last episode I was like.
Jessica Jones got ripped into, but I was.
Jessica Jones was for me. I think that's my favorite one because it was the most unique out of all of them, and it felt different. Whereas Iron Fist has felt like the most generic, and it's been a bit.
I almost feel like I think Luke Cage and Iron Fist was just there just to tie us over for the bigger picture of the Defenders. Yeah.
Out of all of them, I gotta say that Luke Cage was my favourite.
It depends what grips you, character-wise, story-wise. I like the appeal of the ex-con following this now righteous path sort of type deal. I love that story in anything, film, game, TV. and I really like the idea of Luke Cage. I haven't watched it yet, but I am going to be jumping into it as soon as possible once I get a bit of time.
I mean, it's a nice little style because it does harken back to like the it's got that retro kind of music and
Yeah.
But it's just for me, I just really struggled to grip me in that side of things. So
Yeah.
I think the Marvel products are all varied. I think the biggest issue, here's one of the issues with some stuff like this, is commissioning things for a certain amount of episodes that are meant to be binge watching, and then not quite it doesn't quite work with that many episodes.
Yeah.
So like they've got 13 episodes for each of these Netflix shows, and I feel like something like Luke Cage or certain ones could benefit when they're more concise and shorter, because there are episodes you feel like you're filling me a bit when there's potential here. You don't need to fill. There's no people usually fill time slots because they need to. Broadcast TV needs to fill time slots, so that's why you get 24 episodes a season of something. But if you're doing something on Netflix, there's no reason that it shouldn't be. Let's work out something that's very concise, and I think that's one thing that not Netflix has done, but FX did with Legion.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone saw Legion.
Not yet.
The X-Men show, fantastic, probably the best Marvel-based show that's been on TV. Completely unique and different.
Yeah,
but 8 episodes, every episode concise and just works, and it's just like it's really great. I really recommend it. So I think that's one of the issues I've had with them.
I understand you saying that.
Certain things.
But at the same time, it's brought me back to what he said at the beginning, that he's still waiting for the second season of Attack on Titan. And this is why I think they bring everything all out at once for everyone to binge watch it. So then, granted, there's 13 episodes, right? But they can just watch straight away, not worrying with that. Like he just said, he's still waiting on a second season of Attack on Titan. They don't have to
right, so you
fine,
can still get all the story in
I'm fine
one
with
way,
that.
not
It's just like if you're doing something binge worthy, you want to make it binge worthy, and not, I'm getting bored with this particular episode, or this is not like I feel like content needs to be more concise. Like more, sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
It's quality over quantity at the end of the day. It's like with Game of Thrones. People are complaining that the new Game of Thrones series is going to be like 8, and I think next year 7 episodes, because they had to essentially split the season in 2, because that's what the network wanted.
Because originally this series was meant to just be the last one.
But it's like at the end of the day, as long as the quality's up to standard, you don't need more of it. And sometimes having people wanting more is better than leaving people satisfied, because then why do they want
on top of it, you've got to look at like how many number of episodes like come under it being a binge, because the problem is now is that they're releasing the entire series in one chunk.
Yeah.
For people so they haven't got to wait week to week. They can just watch it over there and then they're done. But then obviously they've got to wait like a year, maybe 2 for the next series. Yeah. That's where I only tend to binge something when there's like 3 or more seasons of it.
Yeah.
Because then at least then it ties you over.
Well,
so I did the same with Game of Thrones. I didn't jump on it until season 3 or season 4.
I actually binged the first. Yeah, I did
and that. And then it was like, right, okay, I'm going to give it a go. Everyone says it's the rule of 3. Wait, give it till episode 3. If you're not hooked by then you're out.
Yeah.
And as given, I was hooked on it. And then straight away then I got to watch all of it just in time then for the new season to come out.
I did it before the last episodes of season 3. I binge watched the first 2 seasons in a week, and then I did all of season 3 in a day in time for the last episode.
Yeah, nice.
So it was like crazy. But no, I get what
There's only so much binge watching you can do, yeah?
Oh no, I know that.
Definitely.
Don't. I'm not. Usually I can only watch up to 1 to 2 episodes of things.
I haven't binge watched
anything. I mean, I did watch 4 episodes of Twin Peaks yesterday with my sister, but that's because I love that show, and that's a different thing altogether. So it's
different kettle of fish.
I haven't seen any of the new series yet, but I'm rewatching the old one with Thing. Which,
nice.
Sean Berthenol has been announced for Punisher TV series on Netflix original.
Yeah.
That
So
should be good.
they're
I'm
just
looking
going to keep
forward to
coming.
that because he is a good Punisher.
Yeah, after the success, and as long as they
Like
keep
it,
up with that level,
Yeah.
then it's never ending.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of topic 1.